Good day, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Political Talks on Housing TV Africa, right here from the nation's capital, Abuja. Today's topic shall center on examination of the tenure of the All Progressive Congress and her promise to the Nigerian people since 2015 when they took over power from the People's Democratic Party. We'll go for a very short break, and when we resume, we will introduce our guests and dive deep into conversations. Please stay with us.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
Welcome back to Political Talks on Housing TV Africa. I am your host, Raymond Ken Mbata. The Benue State Governor, Hyacinth Alia, has publicly dismissed fresh rumors claiming that he is planning to leave the All Progressive Congress. This speculation erupted after reports alleged that the governor held a secret meeting with former PDP National Chairman, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, in Makurdi. The governor, through his chief press secretary, Tersor Kula, described the claim as fabricated, malicious, and laughable. He said the story was part of a coordinated attempt to distract the administration and create unnecessary tension within the ruling party. Our guest today is a Lagos APC stalwart, in the person of Honorable Emmanuel Adekunle Abikoye. You're welcome to Political Talk, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ken. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's go straight into the questions for today. You're on the hot seat, but it's not who wants to be a millionaire, but who is the politician representing the All Progressive Congress in today's edition of Political Talks. Question number one, sir. Since taking over power from the PDP in 2015, that's 10 years ago. What's the score sheet of the APC, in your own opinion?
Since 2015, the APC has been in charge of the federal government of Nigeria, and then, we have our fair share of the score sheet, as you said, as you asked for. It's a fair one, if I must say, but I would not want to dabble into the history of APC from 2015. I would like us to take it from the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I seek your indulgence in that.
Do you have any reasons why you want to debunk?
My reasons are just so personal, so that we can really tackle and talk about the real issues at hand.
I concur. Fire. Shoot.
All right. So if you ask me the score sheet of the APC since I would say 2023, where the president has taken over from his successor, that's my predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari. I must say that the president has shown a different approach to governance, and the APC collectively, as we can see today, is the party for all Nigeria. You can see the mass defection into the party is one of the score sheets. That's one thing we can say on the front of the party, that if the party has not been so good, we would not see so much people trooping the party to be part of the progressive team. So the APC has a very fair score sheet. And, when you talk about governance, it's actually different from the APC now. The APC has been able to hold on to the leadership of the party very well managed crisis. You can see that the APC has a way of maintaining peace within its party from the top to the bottom. And that's something that strengthens the party and has replaced it where it is today. So, talking about score sheet, it's very fair and very good to go for the APC.
Okay, we've talked about the pros. Let's talk about the cons. There are humans. there will be some issues that they have not met up according to the expectations of many Nigerians. Being a fair politician that you are, could you please highlight to us some of the failed promises by the APC to the Nigerian people?
Well, if you say the APC, the promises of the APC, the APC has operates in different tiers of government. We have APC at the local government, we have APC at the state government, and we have APC at the federal government. So I for one, will tell you that I think we want to have this conversation from the front of the federal government, right? And so, am I right? All right. So
yes.
The APC, when Asiwaju was contesting, when he was doing his election for the presidency, he promised a lot. He promised in areas of agricultural development. He promised in the area of IT. I think he was very adamant about IT. And then he talked about the youth development. He talked about a lot of things. And, today I can tell you that the presidency has been able to touch many of these areas, in terms of the IT. There's an initiative of the MTT from the technology development agencies. There are programs like that being run for youth, to learn skills. In area of the youth development he talked about, and areas of agriculture, I can tell you that the president also has given loans to farmers all over the agricultural areas, and many of these people are testifying.
So we are highlighting those promises that have not been met up.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the promises earlier, that he mentioned the area of youth development. He said he was going to train the youth on ITs and all of that. That he's going to develop the technology sector. He said that part of his promises. And he also talked about the agricultural development of Nigeria. He wants to help grow the agricultural sector in Nigeria. He mentioned that, that those are things that he actually mentioned that seems like promising, that also, took over the campaign at that moment. And, I can tell you that even in the area of infrastructure, the presidency is building roads, big projects all around Nigeria. We can talk about the coastal road and the other highways all over Nigeria. These are manifestations of those promises. We can say that we can always say that there are more of them that I will not be able to list right now based on the things he promised and the things that he's doing right now. But the truth is, the APC is just 2 years into the government. I mean, the APC, the federal, the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is just 2 years into government, about 2 years, over 2 years now. And, we know what it means to come in with a different approach to government and then trying to make things happen. In the area of fiscal policies, we know what's going on around the taxation, around the tax laws and all of that. The subsidy removal, these things were promises he made, like he's going to make something happen. Regarding the subsidy removal, which happens to be one of the biggest decisions he made, he said that during the elections that subsidy would be removed. And when he came on board, he tried to regulate the naira against the dollar. He tried to remove the subsidy immediately. That was a very bold move, and this has led to many other things that are going around the country based on the promises he made. But let's not forget that 2 years, into an administration with such bold steps and those things that have been happening around. When I talked about agriculture, when I talked about infrastructure, there are records for that. He was even concerned about the youth, and that's why you can see something like NELFund. NELFund is also a very big project that that I never experienced all my life until Tinubu came on board, and I realized that students could get access to loan and then access to feeding allowances. So these are promises that he's.
Honorable Abikoye, let me highlight one of the failures per se of the APC government. Then you concur or you debunk of the APC government.
Okay.
No, not from my own side. It's not a personal matter. It's a general opinion. We as journalists sample the general opinions. Let me start with the issue of security. There is trouble in the land. There are even allegations that the federal government is working in tandem with kidnappers and bandits. In fact, there have been allegations that they have been paying monies to the bandits to release kidnapped school children, release kidnapped religious people that went to church and were kidnapped, and they have been released. And there are allegations that money exchanged hands. There are allegations that there has been complicity. And right now, most Nigerians don't feel secure leaving their houses. In fact, some schools, in some states, schools have been shut down. If at the first instance, if at the first instance, the first responsibility of the government is to provide security for the general citizenry, has the APC government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not failed?
Well, we can say that having listened to what you just highlighted as a point of failure, I would say that insecurity is a very big responsibility of the government. And for the fact that we all acknowledge the series of, worrisome and, informations we get from all quarters of Nigeria regarding insecurity, I must say that the government actually has not failed. The APC government has not failed, because we can see that the government has always been, this problem, I would like to say that it's like an inherent problem. It's an inherent problem, and the fact that it's been there before this administration, and we need to see the approach this administration is giving to it. That's something we need to talk about. The failure of the government cannot be decided now, and we need to see from the root cause of those problems and how the government of the day is approaching them. Every day by day we get this news of nobody's happy about this kind of information, but as Nigerians, we all have responsibilities to play in this area of insecurity. The APC has the APC government led by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been throwing their weight behind security forces. The recent change in leadership of the security chiefs is another approach for us to see that this government listens, they're responsive, and because I'm not a security expert, but we know that the government has been trying as much as possible to curb the situation of insecurity in Nigeria. I would not say it's a failure yet, but we know the government can do better.
The United States of America has designated Nigeria as a country of...
We all know that United States, that's for Nigeria can also decide to label the United States whatever we like to label them. This is our own internal problems. It's our internal problems, and the United States of America also have their own internal problems that we would not even want to elaborate on. But this is ours, and then
So is Nigeria a country of concern
to the Americans? We still have Americans here doing business. A lot of them are coming in here, and then it's just a political statement. I must confess that it touches down to the real people, to humanity. It touches down to humanity, but we cannot, hold on to such statements.
Christians, is there any Christian genocide in Nigeria?
Christians have been killed, Muslims have been killed, but this is not a matter of me as an APC person now to.
What's the statistics of Muslims being killed?
Come on, insecurity is insecurity. If you are going to create dimension tables for the level of insecurity to be analyzed, it's a different thing entirely. Christians have been killed, Muslims have been killed. If there's any iota of what's the term for it? Genocide. I'm not a security expert, but if you ask me to talk about what the APC has been doing regarding these problems, I must tell you that the president has, swung into action a long time ago. The very big move of having to change the service chiefs speaks volume regarding his approach to this state of insecurity. We know a lot of things that goes behind this. Even governors have come out to say they know these people. Things are going on, and we know. But the presidency as a single man, the president as a single man, and being the leader of the APC to every other person has tried. He has made mentions, he has made statement, and then I think let us leave it there that the president has really been responsive to this issue of insecurity, because it's deeper than what we can just say.
Yes, in the face of troubling circumstances in Nigeria now, there are going to be attempts by opposition parties to leech on these disadvantages of the APC to gain popularity. How will the APC survive under this political instability from the opposition led by the ADC, the PDP, and the Labour Party come 2027?
Okay, you made a statement, said the opposition led by ADC, Labour Party. Opposition, how can the opposition be led by different parties? All parties have their own opposition politics to play, and politically we should not even try and dabble in, we should not try and, let's be logical about it. It's a political thing, and 2027 is here. Atiku and Co, they are all, trying to also get the power. And but you realize how much people are defecting into the APC. You realize how many big groups are defecting into the APC on a daily. Any speculation in the news is regarding defection to the APC. So it's like that's not a matter of a contention. The APC is fully ready for the 2027 election, and I do not see any opposition. I just see people, also wanting to be president, but there's no kind of credible opposition at the moment for the APC. So there's nothing to worry about.
Do you think Governor Alia of Benue State is being tapped by the opposition to move over? I mean, yes, you said many people have been decamping to the APC, but there are indications that, because of the insecurity in the land, many people might be leaving the APC.
His Excellency, Ayu of Benue State, we all know that his people are the major victims of insecurity in the Middle Belt, and political decisions remain political decisions. We because of one man, the APC is not going to fold, and he has his own right to say whatever he wants. But I'm very sure that he remains a member of the APC. Those are just speculations, however, I want to believe, because at this moment, the APC stands the strongest party to continue to deliver on its promise. Because we have. Do you know the ratio of the APC? I think we have about 26 APC governors now. I think over 26.
There has been allegations that there is a strong arming of them. They are presented with corruption cases.
This is Nigeria. I'm not here to talk about whose case was, I'm not EFCC. EFCC has the right to try people and, sentence, and that's not me. What we are here to talk about actually. So I think because how fair I can be in my judgment, that's why, but the truth is, the APC stands to continue to deliver on these promises. The president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's late presidency, has just, done a bit over 2 years. And we know that in the democratic setting, such administration would love to continue again to run for re-election. Of course, that's the preparation, and they are not just preparing for the election. We are also setting Nigeria on the foot, to progress and delivering on electoral promises. And then, these are evident. I highlighted some of the successes earlier, but the failure I think everybody can identify is the insecurity, which of course is not sitting well with every APC member, I must confess. But the approach of the president is positive enough for me to say that he's not going to be part of those who would. But negotiation and mediation is also part of peace and peacemaking and it's peace building. So I'm very sure that we are at that level.
Including negotiation with bandits?
No negotiation with bandits. I'm only saying that where there is no peace, I'm not talking about bandits. I'm saying where there is no peace. That's where we are. That's where we find insecurity, where there is no peace. So I'm only saying that the APC is still working and delivering on its promises, as you've asked earlier. So, and that's the only party that can actually deliver all what they promised, because they started very well. And we need to not let the issue of insecurity. We need to not let that issue of insecurity be decided emotionally. We need to be logical. We need to be very honest about it, and then we need to tackle it from, I'm very sure, the root, because we begin to see people come speak up and we get to know their mind now. So I think that's another avenue for the government to know how to come in again and use a different approach. We see people come out now to talk and defend terrorism. We see them on the TV, we see them on the internet, and I'm very sure that that's another avenue for the government to come in and take measures against these people. I'm very particular about the security, but I think APC still stands the right party to lead Nigeria into a better state for me and for majority of Nigerians.
If you're still with us, we are on Political Talks on Housing TV Africa. We've been discussing with Honorable Emmanuel Adekunle Abikoye, an APC stalwart from Lagos State. Let's go a bit theoretical. With the myriad of problems that Nigeria has been facing over the years, tenure after tenure of every government that comes in, different parties, can we really say that party politics will deliver Nigeria from the myriad of problems that we are facing, or you have a different opinion?
Wow, that's a very, very, very kind of, let me say, it's a question that touched my conscience. And I'm a young man, I'm a youth, and I'm also in the business of encouraging young people to participate in politics. And to be honest with you, the political system in Nigeria is so decayed that we can only keep pushing. We can only keep hoping that we have the right people in the right places. And, I told you earlier we should not talk about the past administration of the APC. And that's because I'm not even happy to have had that kind of administration govern Nigeria. I mean, in terms of the number one leader of the country then. But today I see a different leader. I see a different president that gives me hope that people think differently, and regardless of how decayed the system might be, if a person tries to be different, you can send them a signal to the entire organ of that system. But today, if you ask me if a political party can deliver Nigeria, I'll say that it's very difficult. It's very difficult because of the system. But I'm very hopeful in the kind of president that I have regarding the APC of today, that APC will do more to deliver on its electoral process promises and continue to deliver Nigeria. I trust in the president. I believe in the president because of his antecedents in administration, public administration, and how well he has been able to manage the tension in 2 years with bold decisions and others. So look at other parties. I don't think any party has even been able to position themselves as a structure, as an entity that's viable. So there's no way we are going to talk about political parties saving Nigeria. Look at the political parties. How do you think those parties are even structured enough to deliver local government mandates, not to talk about states or federal government? But the APC is positioned right now, and I'm very hopeful that the leadership of Tinubu, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of course, as they started very well, 2 years, I must say, let's give him time. His approach is very different. He has a very different approach. Young man, I'm going to tell you that young people need to come into politics and bring in that fresh idea. Let these people know that you people are not helping the situation, you're not helping the system. The system is so decayed, but you're not bringing any kind of innovation. So young people has innovation, they have the real deal to change the narrative of Nigeria. But if they don't become if they don't be part of the political system, we're only going to be saying these stories. And until I grow older enough to, young people will follow suit. But young people need to come in now, as in right now, and begin to chart the course for the future. Because the political system today is so decayed that it has no promise for young people. I must confess, it has no serious promises for the young people.
Talking about young people, there are indications that Sheyi Tinubu is coming into the government house in Lagos State. Let me get your opinion. You're a stakeholder. Share with us.
All right. So Sheyi Tinubu is a Nigerian, so he's within his right. If he decides to run, good for him. And he's a young man.
What's your personal relationship with the Chief of Staff in Aso Rock, Femi Gbajabiamila?
Femi Gbajabiamila is, first of all, he's my leader. He's my leader, and he represents so much. Goes beyond being my leader, but I will not say everything here. But maximum respect to the Chief of Staff, to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's a leader. He's a new age leader. And my relationship with him goes beyond just political. He's a mentor, and he's a father figure. So I don't want to talk about my personal relationship with him.
Okay, let's go into development. I was in Surulere around this time last year. What kind of developments have happened in Surulere over the years under the leadership of Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila? Massive
development. I think if you had run this interview for Femi Gbajabiamila alone, it will go 2 hours. But it's beautiful that we're bringing it this time. Femi Gbajabiamila is an epitome of development, and I think I called him a new age leader recently, earlier. That's the kind of leader Nigeria needs, actually. That's the kind of leader Nigerian leads. Somebody who understands, the plight of his people in terms of representative politics, or maybe representative roles, elective roles, legislative roles, rather, let me say, is the best that has ever done it. And as you've been there, you saw all those developments. It makes Surulere stands out. It has made Surulere stand out amongst local government in the whole of Nigeria. There is nowhere in the whole of Lagos that has all their roads styled, functional electricity transformers, and we have mini stadiums. Don't have to keep mentioning these things. You were there, you were here, and then you see all of these things. Surulere is so beautiful because Gbajabiamila, came and he did his best. In fact, he is still doing his best.
If he decides to go for governorship, are you going to stand behind him?
Yeah, hopefully he'll be the next governor of Lagos State. Yeah, you read that from me. Maybe first, but not first. So the idea is that we are happy that we have a politician like Femi Gbajabiamila. To be very honest with you, I think Femi Gbajabiamila is one of the reasons why I'm seeing the APC. And because of, I believe that even among the bad flocks, there are very good ones. And Femi Gbajabiamila has proven to be a man who is not just a leader, but one who builds leaders too. So, with him, he has encouraged so many young people in government, in politics. That's my own focal point too. So I told you he's more than a leader. He's a mentor. He's a father, and I wish him the best. In fact, I'm beginning to campaign for him to be governor of Lagos State.
Okay, so running back on you now. Let's go back to you. You're the subject of our discussion for now, because you have not paid us for campaign for Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. Although we are waiting for campaign funds from you, we will send our account number if possible. I'm joking. But zeroing on Honorable Emmanuel Adekunle Abikoye, give us a brief rundown of your political career.
Well, as a member of the APC, I joined the APC in 2017. I joined the APC from the PDP, actually. I joined the APC in 2017. And then, I actually operate basically from the grassroots.
What made you leave the PDP?
Yeah, PDP has lost, it has lost its hold in the Lagos State. So there's no reason to be in a dead party. So at that moment, the PDP was dead. No actual thing for a young man to get involved in. You don't have engagement because there's really none to be a part of. So, but the APC has constant engagement. They have involvement. There's mobilization steady, and there are programs. So young people can be a part of these programs to help themselves grow and be a part of the community.
So you're content with your role in the APC right now?
There's no contentment. There's no contentment, and there's no complacency. It's all about getting things done for yourself, working on yourself as a person. Yeah, that's something about being a politician of a new age. I have a lot of things I do. I have different incomes and all of that. So it's not about the thing, I don't know what to keep in, if not ideology. So people like Gbajabiamila's ideology are so great that you can learn from it, and then you can still be a follower, a listener, and somebody who hopes that, as you keep climbing the ladder, one day I might tell you I want to be president of Nigeria because I'm paying my dues right now. I'm paying my dues. So, we're learning from the best. And, I told you, I said, Femi Gbajabiamila is one of the reasons why myself, I'm sitting in the APC, and a lot of young people are participating fully in the politics in Surulere. I don't think they have so much enlightened young people elsewhere participating in politics, and we are very proud of Femi Gbajabiamila for his approach to leadership and how well he's been able to do it. So I am not content, I am not complacent. I'm hoping for the best too.
And that's the much we can take on Political Talks on Housing TV Africa. We have been discussing on the promises of the APC to the Nigerian people, and if the Nigerians are happy with the APC, and we've been discussing this with a Lagos APC stalwart in the person of Honorable Emmanuel Adekunle Abikoye. Thank you, sir, for joining us on Political Talks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ken, for having me. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
View us on Star Times channel 149 and follow us on all social media handles. Also like, share, and comment, and download our mobile app on Housing TV Africa on Google Play Store and Apple Store. I am your host, Raymond Ken Mbata. Until we come your way, same time next week, stay tuned.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development.